Today, let us study something more about the concept of human development. That means stages of development. Stages of development. Life begins with the conception in mother's womb. And the fetus spends around 9 months in womb. That period is known as prenatal. The birth time that the fetus comes out with the womb is known as antenatal. Postnatal starts immediately after the child contact with the environment. Postnatal starts immediately after the child contacts with the environment. So, please note prenatal, that means inside the womb. Then antenatal, the birth time that the fetus comes out with the womb is known as antenatal. And the third one, postnatal starts immediately after the child contact with the environment. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് മൂന്ന് തരത്തിൽ പറയാം. ഒന്ന് പ്രീനേറ്റൽ, അത് ഏകദേശം 9 മാസം യൂട്രസിന്റെ അകത്ത് ഗർഭപാത്രത്തിന്റെ അകത്ത് ഉള്ള കാലത്തെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പ്രീനേറ്റൽ എന്ന് പറയുക. ആ ഗർഭപാത്രത്തിന്റെ അകത്ത് പുറത്തേക്ക് വരുന്ന സമയത്തെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ആന്റിനേറ്റൽ എന്ന് പറയുക. എൻവയൺമെന്റുമായിട്ട് ഫീറ്റസ് എപ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ ജനിക്കുന്ന കുഞ്ഞ് കോണ്ടാക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അതിനെ നമ്മൾ പറയുക പോസ്റ്റ്നേറ്റൽ എന്നാണ് പറയുക. So prenatal, antenatal and postnatal. The next we have to discuss stages of development. Stages of development. Stages of development. The first one, that is prenatal. Prenatal stages. From conception to birth. Conception to birth is known as prenatal. The second stage is known as infancy. Birth to 2 years. Birth to 2 years is known as infancy. Then the third stage is known as childhood. That is 3 to 12 years. 3 to 12 is known as childhood. That can be classified into early childhood. From 3 to 6 is known as early childhood. Then the next one, late childhood. That is 7 to 12 years is known as late childhood. Then the next one, that is adolescence. The stage of adolescence, and it represents 13 to 19 years. 13 to 19. In otherwise, we can say onset of puberty till the attainment of maturity. Onset of puberty, that means from onset of puberty till the attainment of maturity is known as adolescence. Then the next one, that is adulthood. That is 20 years to 59 years. 20 years to 59 years is known as adulthood. Then the last stage, it is old age. 60 years to death. So these are the stages of development. For example, prenatal, from conception to birth, is known as prenatal. From conception to birth is known as prenatal development. Number 1. The second stage is known as infancy. Birth to 2 years. Birth to 2 years. That is infancy. Then childhood, that can be classified into early childhood and late childhood. Sometimes you can see early childhood, middle childhood and late childhood. Here I am using early childhood and late childhood. 3 to 12 years, the stage is known as childhood. That can be classified into 3 to 6, that is early childhood. 7 to 12 years is known as late childhood. Then adolescent, the next stage is considered to be adolescence, starting from 13 and continues up to 19 years. In other words, we can say this adolescence, onset of puberty till the attainment of maturity. Onset of puberty till the attainment of maturity is known as adolescence. Then next one, that is adulthood, 20 years to 59 years. 20 years to 59 years is known as adulthood. And the last stage, that is old age, 60 years up to death. The stage is known as old age. So many development theories. There are so many development theories. Number 1, Sigmund Freud. Psychosexual development theory. Sigmund Freud, psychosexual development theory. Then the next one, Erik Erikson. Erik Erikson, psychosocial theory. The second theory is known as Erik Erikson, psychosocial theory. Then the next one, Jean Piaget's cognitive development theory. Jean Piaget's cognitive development theory. Then the next one, Bronfenbrenner, ecological system theory. Bronfenbrenner, ecological system theory. The next, John Bowlby's attachment theory. Then Lawrence Kohlberg, moral development theory. Lawrence Kohlberg, moral development theory. So these are the most important development theories. For example, I would like to repeat Sigmund Freud, psychosexual theory, because he has given importance to the concept of sexuality. Sigmund Freud, psychosexual theory. And the number 2, that is Erik Erikson, psychosocial theory. Erikson also belongs to the category of psychoanalytical schools of thought, but he has given importance to the concept of social. That is why his theory came to be known as psychosocial development theory. And Jean Piaget, that theory is known as cognitive development theory. Then Bronfenbrenner, remember the term? Bronfenbrenner, ecological system theory. Then John Bowlby's attachment theory. The theory is based on attachment. Then Kohlberg, moral development theory. So these are the most important development theory based on the concept of psychology. Sigmund Freud, psychosexual. Then Erik Erikson, psychosocial development theory. Then Jean Piaget, cognitive development theory. Bronfenbrenner, ecological system theory. Then John Bowlby's attachment theory. The last one, Kohlberg, moral development theory. That has been given by Lawrence Kohlberg, moral development.